I want to ask you a simple question. How many of us are carrying something today that nobody else can see? Maybe it's stress, maybe it's regret, maybe it's anger, guilt, anxiety, disappointment, or the pressure to be everything for everyone. The truth is, mental health isn't just about what we're diagnosed with. It's about the weight we carry every single day. Imagine trying to swim while holding onto a heavy backpack. No matter how strong you are, eventually you're going to get tired. You weren't meant to carry that weight forever. That's why I want to talk about one simple idea today. Sometimes the greatest step toward mental freedom isn't adding something new, it's letting something go. Because when we let go, we begin to flow. Think about a river. A river doesn't fight every rock it encounters. It doesn't stop because something is in its path. It adjusts, moves around obstacles, it keeps flowing. Now compare that to what we often do. We replay conversations from years ago. We hold on to mistakes we already learned from. We carry resentment toward people who may not even realize they hurt us. We keep comparing ourselves to someone else's highlight reel. And while we're holding on to all of that, we wonder why we feel mentally exhausted. Holding on doesn't always make us stronger. Sometimes it just makes us heavier. Letting go doesn't mean pretending something didn't happen. It doesn't mean saying what happened was okay. It doesn't mean forgetting. It simply means refusing to let yesterday continue controlling today. There's a difference between remembering a painful experience and living inside it. One teaches us, the other traps us. Many of us think control brings peace, but sometimes our need to control every outcome is exactly what's stealing our peace. We can't control every person. We can't control every situation. We can't rewrite the past, but we can choose how we respond. That choice is where freedom begins. Mental health often improves not because life suddenly becomes easier, but because we stop carrying things that were never ours to carry forever. Maybe today it's time to let go of perfection. Perfection is exhausting. It tells us we're never enough, that we have to earn our worth by never making mistakes. But growth has never required perfection. Growth requires honesty. It requires showing up even when we don't have everything figured out. Maybe it's time to let go of comparison. Comparison is a thief. It convinces us that someone else's success somehow diminishes our own. But every person's journey has different timing, different challenges, and different victories. You don't need to run someone else's race. You only need to keep moving in yours. Maybe it's time to let go of guilt. Some of us keep punishing ourselves for decisions made by a version of ourselves that simply didn't know better. If you've learned, if you've grown, if you've changed, then don't keep sentencing yourself for a lesson you've already completed. Give yourself permission to move forward. And maybe the hardest thing to let go of is fear. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of not being enough. Fear often convinces us to stay stuck because stuck feels familiar. But healing isn't found inside comfort zones. Healing happens when you trust ourselves enough to take the next step, even if it's a small one. Letting go doesn't happen all at once. It's a daily decision. Sometimes hourly, sometimes minute by minute. It's choosing peace over pride, forgiveness over bitterness, progress over perfection, hope over fear. One of the healthiest questions we can ask ourselves is this: is what I'm holding on to helping me grow, or is it holding me back? If the answer is holding you back, maybe it's time to loosen your grip. Because closed hands can't receive new opportunities. A crowded mind struggles to find peace. And a heart weighed down by yesterday has little room for tomorrow. Remember this. The strongest people aren't the ones who carry the most. They're the ones who know what to put down. So as you leave today, I want you to think about one thing you've been carrying. One regret, one fear, one resentment, one expectation, one burden. Ask yourself, what would my life feel like if I finally let this go? Because freedom doesn't always come from changing your circumstances, but sometimes freedom comes from changing what you choose to carry. The goal isn't to have a perfect life. The goal is to have a peaceful mind. So let go, flow forward, and give yourself permission to be mentally free. Until next time.